This is Kick Skills, a series of video learnings aiming to boost your soft skills in a practical way. And this one is a special one because we're working together with KU Leuven Stuvo. And they inform and give advice to all KU Leuven students. So that's right, we practice what we preach. Kick and Stuvo welcome you to this video learning about working in team. Human beings are herd animals, and it might go against your conviction as an individual, but it is true. Belonging to a group is a natural need, and it goes back to the time when we were hunters-gatherers, and our chances of survival were greater when we worked together in group. And okay, that's a long time ago, but even nowadays, I see myself in many groups. My family, my friends, even my worldwide improv group, my Thai box group, and even online pages. I am part of Facebook pages, WhatsApp groups, many WhatsApp groups, and even temporary groups, such as this one. We are now a temporary group working together to make the best Kick Skills video learning just for you. But how do we behave in a group? And how does it affect the others, the teamwork, and the results? Let's ask an expert. I'm going to meet with Professor Dr. Martin Öwema, teaching professor organizational psychology at KU Leuven and an expert in group dynamics. Thank you so much for having us, Professor Öwema, because you study groups on a daily basis, so you're the expert. And maybe we should start with something simple like, what is a group?
Okay. But first, maybe we can agree that you call me Martin and I can call you Charlotte.
That would be wonderful.
Is that okay?
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Yeah, thanks a lot for the question. So we have groups and we have teams because it's teaming, you team, to perform a specific task. So the two of us are now forming a temporary team to perform a task here. We're also having a bigger team here because we need others who also help us to perform this. A group can be two persons or more who just share something in common. Like we have here two women, but they don't have a common task. That's a group.
Yeah, we are a group of women.
For example, yeah. And there is also a group of men, and you can signal differences and say, this is a specific group, here we have Flemish and Dutch, etc.
And we are a team because we're trying to conduct a professional interview.
Exactly.
Gotcha. It's interesting that you mentioned these dynamics because this module is about working in team and thus group dynamics. Why, according to you, is this topic so important?
Well, groups and teams are very fundamental to our way of living. We live, we learn, we work in groups. And of course, many of those groups are going well, but sometimes it's also very frustrating. So reflecting on how do we operate, what is my role, how is the group functioning, can help you to improve your happiness, but also to improve your effectiveness and your growth in life.
So a lot of students, when they work in a student group, sometimes have a frustration and they think they work better alone. And my question to you is, how is a team an added value towards working alone?
Well, it's not necessarily so. So some tasks you better do alone and others are requiring a team. So that's the first question in the design of working. Should we do this as a team or should everybody do it on his or her own? Many tasks require different competencies. For example, you cannot perform a soccer match on your own. It's quite boring. It's a different ballgame. So depending on the type of task in which you need each other, you have to learn to work together.
So in your metaphor of football, you can do the work on your own at home by trying your left foot on your right foot, but when it comes to a match, it's a teamwork.
Definitely, and
it can be both.
Training and understanding the dynamics means that you also train the practices of teaming up. And in sports, that's evident because you need to learn the routines. But when we meet together, for example, in a student group, people think that they know how to do that. And often it sucks. So it is really poor performing. And secondly, people are very hesitant to say it to each other and say, well, you really don't do your job, or what you deliver here is very poor. So they gossip among each other, they're hesitant to do it, or they compensate by doing the work and they get frustrated and they think, I better do it on my own. Next time, not a team for me. That is changing your ball game. Then you say, well, I don't like soccer because I'm always standing on the side, so I better play tennis. However, for many areas, we really want to and need to team up. You cannot do a surgery on your own, to give another example.
So, when would you say you have a good team?
A good team is defined first of all by what is the task and how is the task realized. So the performance of the team. That's one level. Secondly, you can also look at the processes in that team. How happy are the members? Are they using all their potential? Is it going well in the team? Is it efficient, the working? So then we talk more about group processes and the dynamics in that team. And of course, the dynamics in that team determine also the performance of the team.
What I also often see is that a group of people, a group of students, like to appoint a leader. This person will be responsible for the end result. Is that constructive?
It is understandable. However, many people have a strange idea about team leadership, and that is a kind of bossy, being bossy. Well, that is really very bad for a healthy team functioning. So what you need is somebody that coordinates and says, let's talk. But not saying how we should solve the issues. And that is usually a confusion. So many also students say, I'm not a leader. Those people usually are very sensitive to what's going on in the group.
And should be the perfect leader.
Exactly.
So is it necessary for working in teams to have one leader?
No. Let that be very clear. There are in a team leadership tasks which you can perfectly distribute among the members. And it helps, of course, that everybody then knows what tasks are by whom. And that's what we call shared leadership. So you share responsibility for the leadership tasks. But that does not mean that you have an appointed leader. These are a bit archaic ideas about being a leader or being a boss and those kind of things. And particularly in small teams, like student group or innovating group, you usually don't need to have a leader.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. This interview has been very enriching.
My pleasure, yeah.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hi, I'm Giel, and I'm super hot in Belgium because I'm a natural-born leader. What's very important as a leader is to make the process as efficient as you can, which means let your team do all the work. Okay, honey, I figured out a plan. You cook and I will look after the TV so it doesn't get stolen. So you're just going to watch TV while I cook? As a leader, you need to motivate your team by positive reinforcement. Oh, but I love you so much and you are such a great cook. It's so amazing. You are so beautiful when you cook. Okay.
So we naturally belong to more groups than you think. And the moment two or more people start working together towards a common goal, that's a team. And we're actually active in more teams than you think, because we live, we work, and we learn together. So keep watching this e-learning to know everything about the skills you need for good teamwork.